Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Binding of Isaac Repentance, where today I'm gonna not play as Tainted Cain because I don't want to do that just yet, but we will play as Eve, and that is gonna be a time. Last time I played Eve, I was very quick on the first floor and everything fell apart immediately afterwards, but this time around we don't need to worry about such things. What do we still have left to do with this character? We still have Boss Rush, we still have Hush, basically everything, so we got plenty of things to do. We get the Brown Nugget, which it spawns those flies and they attack enemies. They're very good. And it's part of the oh crap transformation, so very good. Almost got that transformation that certainly does something or another. And I for one cannot wait. I assume you just drop creep or something, but I genuinely have forgotten what the transformation does, but I do assume it's probably the best one in the game. It probably beats Guppy, if I had to say, with Guppy's nerf after all. It is a great start of a run. Arguably, I could just use the Razor somewhere to activate the Horror Babylon effect, but if I want to do it anywhere, I think I'd rather do it during the boss fight. Depending on which boss fight it is. If it's Haunt, I might not do it. Even though it probably would be a good idea, I'd rather just play it a little bit safer if it is Haunt, but we'll see about that, I suppose. There's List, which hopefully can give us the virus to give us a little bit of a speed up. But a good pill would also be good. Explosive Diarrhea actually would be really nice right now because I'm not getting any bombs. I would like to have a bomb. I can get that key if I get a bomb. There might be a secret. No, it's not a secret room over there. So yeah, the secret room could be here. Unfortunately, 'twas simply a range up, but you know, doesn't matter. There's Dingle, which I actually don't mind. That's manageable, provided I don't mess up somewhere along the line. I would like if the dead bird tried, but alternatively, there you go. That's a good little crow. That's someone who likes to participate in the fight and help me win this game, and I can appreciate that. So there you go. Look at that. That is what good stuff looks like. And let's get the bone marrow. I'm not actually sure. That was like part of me that's like, oh, if I pick that up and then pick up a red heart, it will heal the bone heart instead. That's not how that works. It's simply not how that works, but overall it went pretty okay. We got a bone heart now, so that's kind of nice. I probably could have used the razor actually. To get rid of my one non-bone heart red heart, but now since I just left that red heart alone, I cannot really experiment with it, unfortunately, unless I do this. Yeah, okay, so you do hit the bone heart first. That actually kind of sucks. That's not exactly what I was hoping to see there, because genuinely I like the bone heart. It keeps me safe from losing my devil deal, and that is important to me. Even though I don't need to go to Mega Satan with this character somehow. Oh yeah, this was the character that had a weird journey. So at some point we need to actually fight Satan and then we can just stop. Which, that's gonna be fun, I suppose. For now though, let's see if we can at least try and prevent random damage in a silly way. I was kinda hoping I could blow up that barrel, but surprisingly, I got around all those enemies without taking damage, and I can wholly appreciate that. And would also be happy if not more of these turned into legs, but it worked out so far. This run's going a little weird, but overall not completely unmanageable, so I can appreciate that. No, I'm genuinely tempted. I'm honestly tempted because we're just not really getting anything right now, and I never take Taurus, so let's experience what this is like, because quite frankly, it's an item that I rarely pick up. And maybe I've just underestimated its effects, because you can see my speed going up real slowly, and when it hits that 2 mark, it is going to give me a bout of invulnerability. And does this... It doesn't heal red hearts. I wasn't sure if that was the power pill effect, basically. That would have been nice, because that would have given it a little bit more strength, because I think the power pill, if you attack enemies while that effect is active, or the game kit, I guess, it also heals your red hearts, and that would be pretty good, but as it stands, this works for now if rooms just take long enough to clear. The placebo's not terrible, but I don't love it either. There's a couple places where my secret room could be, but I'm 90% certain that it is actually below this room right here. So hopefully we can do something with that. I'm struggling to hit my attacks today, which I'm also a little bit concerned about, but if I just spend long enough in a room, I can just do this. So for now, that's fine. It is going to be pretty annoying later on in the run when we actually have speed. Unless we just get speed downs. The Lord might actually be a little tempting. Just because it can make rooms a little bit more tolerable here and there, but simultaneously getting the Lord with this item, if you have to go back through a room, you'll be doing that with the negative speed effect that the Taurus already has from the start, and that's not ideal either. I don't love that I took that damage there, but at least it didn't remove my Devil Deal chance, as I said previously. It's... alright, yeah. And there's that to consider as well, which will deal a decent amount of damage at the start of the fight here. I'm not really sure what's making those exploding effects happen at times, but I guess there's a chance that maybe occasionally he'll just drop like one of those corn pieces or something, or maybe when it hits one of those poops that it ends up creating that thing that explodes into tears on the floor or something like that. Either way, the Dead Bird's doing a lot of work right here, and I can appreciate that. Once again, give it up for Dead Bird doing his best. Yeah, I'll take that, I guess. That is part of Leviathan transformation. I don't need to get angel rooms, and this is going to give me a lot of invulnerability during various portions of this run. Plus it gives me flight, which I am actually fairly happy with, provided I don't do that too much. Mostly I can now go in here without having to bother with blowing that up, which is pretty good. There is a sacrifice room over there with a button, with a couple of coins inside it. What more can you possibly ask for? Absolutely nothing. We could go into the curse room as well, because we'll still have the heart inside it. That's fine. And that does count as one heart, I guess, even though we can take a hit before we lose our bone heart. So that's kind of interesting, at least. I'll pick up that red heart before we leave, but I would like to at least visit this. I don't really want to spend my one remaining bomb on getting that, unfortunately. I'd rather look for the super secret room, I think, which could be above here and probably nowhere else. I guess it could be in the right side of the floor, but I was just genuinely not expecting it to be there. Right, what are we doing? I'm gonna go to the downpour, I guess. Downpour is fun. Who doesn't love a good downpour time? Yeah, sure. Let's see if there's any fun times to be had over there. I am struggling to kill gray flies. That's not looking good in terms of how good this build is, unfortunately. But gray flies are pretty strong. They are among the strongest enemies in the game, I'd argue. Wrongly, but I'd argue it. And that's good enough for me. I should probably actually just throw those into the flames there. Yeah, that's probably not a terrible idea. Look at that. That's definitely happening quicker now, probably. Get a free... Alright, yeah. Sure. That's how you do that. You just use Temperance when you still have the invincibility, and then just get a blood bag after one try. That's how you get red hearts. It's a valid strategy that works for everyone all the time, I'm sure. Just repeat these strategies that I'm using in every run and you will find victory in your way. I kinda don't love this. This is a rough room indeed, but again, I actually don't mind my decision to pick up Taurus. Which is unusual, because usually it's just so frustrating. So I got a couple choices right now. I could go for the Beast again, because Tainted Eve is pretty fun. Fortune Cookie can be good. I don't know what to do about that, actually. Because Fortune Cookie can actually be pretty amazing if you get, like, soul hearts out of it. Most of the time you're just going to get weird messages instead, which is not as good, obviously. But yeah, we could go to the Beast, but I've done the Beast yesterday and I don't really want to do it today, so I might just skip out on that idea for now. But then there is also the option of Mother, which with this build, I can't wait to fight Mother like this. Oh god, okay. That's actually a little unfortunate. Wasn't sure if I was going to be safe there. Also, the dead bird can hopefully deal with... Yeah, okay, never mind. The dead bird is struggling to keep up with the vast speed of those enemies, unfortunately. But we got a couple options, for sure. I just need to pick one. Let's do that. Trust good people. Yeah, that's sound advice right there. I don't know. I haven't done Cathedral at all with this character. I might actually just go for that. Just not make it too complicated. Just go for some fun Cathedral runs with what is currently arguably not the best build, but one that is certainly capable of beating Cathedral. And that is good enough for me. Look at that. 2 of clubs. That's actually not terrible in my current situation. Let's go visit the shop as well, because I wouldn't be surprised if it was possible for Greed to spawn here. Unfortunately not, but I feel like it could have been possible for sure. Need to not run into that flame. Not sure which boss we're going to deal with, but... Little Blub. That is actually a little tempting, actually, to redo that as the Lost as well. Because with this, and a singular bomb, we can just win that fight. So that wouldn't be too difficult. Didn't get a devil deal there, but we only had 33% chance. We got some tier rate at least, so that's at least technically something. I wouldn't mind no longer getting active items for the rest of this run, but so far it's been very generous in the giving of such things. We could get a soul heart, but I might just get that on the way back. There is red hearts on the floor, so I will actually just go into the curse room as well, and I'm tempted to use the 2 of clubs right now. I don't know if I love that idea though. Infested? I kinda didn't really do anything with the information that I lost my bone heart there, so... Yep, that was some rapid decision making on my part there, which unfortunately lost us the bone heart, but you know what, fair enough. I'm just gonna use that here. Oh, really? That is surprising. I genuinely was a little uncertain with this room being here, but the rock formation seemed to imply that it was gonna be there, but fair enough, I guess. Alright. Let's do a little bit of this. I feel that this is a terrible idea. I just actually just removed my 2 bombs as well, which I was planning on using for the boss fight, which now that I'm thinking about it, I'm starting to regret. Yeah, starting to have massive regrets here. So let's actually, you know what? 1 key, pretty good haul. Let's not overcomplicate things today. It is going a little bit rough. I'm just gonna take the soul heart, take the bomb, and leave. It's a little too messy for me today, and I'd rather not risk it too much. Instead, let's just go to the caves too. Have my fun with Downpour. Very good stuff indeed. Flooded caves as well, so we're sticking to the wet floor scenario. And I'm just gonna turn into the Horror Babylon, I think, here. For that significant amount of extra damage. It more than doubled my damage right now because of my current situation, and also the extra speed is going to make me basically invulnerable at the start of every fight, which is going to make some of these rooms a little bit easier. There's a Hierophant card, which is actually incredible. And yeah, this is going to be how the rooms are going to be for a minute here. Which I don't mind. It's definitely a viable way to clear these early rooms. It's going to be a little more frustrating in places like the chest for sure. That's also a little frustrating as well. It's another active item. It just keeps happening. How does that actually keep happening though? Might as well take this, even though it's only a 22% chance. I like these odds. Feeling good about it. But yeah, we're just gonna have to let Taurus carry us for a while here, unfortunately. We got another soul heart. And there is a library there with yet more active items, but we should be able to get the good transformation here, so that's at least kind of nice. With Book of Revelations is actually kind of tempting right now, because this is going to basically give us a meat cube at the boss fight, because we're probably going to be fighting one of the horsemen. And having that with the invulnerability is actually not too terrible. Just gonna hang out here above this hole, and then when we get the invulnerability, just fly through everything. Definitely a viable strategy to stay alive, which I can appreciate. There we go. This room's also not terrible with this item, actually, even though it's clearly rather tricky to actually hit many of them when they all split up like that, but it still gets rid of so many of them. Having flight as well actually complements Taros a lot as well for rooms like this, so I can at least appreciate that much. Let's just hang out here for a bit. Not have to worry about a thing. I just picked up a red heart there. I was kind of hoping for enemies in there, but oh well. There's Krampus, so that's good. That's exactly what I was hoping for my devil deal after all. I really just stood directly next to Krampus as well there, so some good choices were made overall, I'd say. And surprisingly enough, that was enough damage to actually take care of Krampus. Didn't get the lump of coal, unfortunately, but what can you do? Since we have the bookworm transformation, we are dealing a little bit more damage, but I would actually like to get rid of that red heart.
Something's wrong.
We have a 76% chance of a devil deal in a floor where we already got it, and definitely are just going to get the option to pick up Krampus's head again, so I'm looking forward to that opening as well. But let's just go back to one red heart right there before moving on. I'm pretty sure I explored all of this, but I'd just like to give it one extra look, and I didn't. I guess I just walked back somewhere along the line. I'm actually not even sure why. I just decided to walk back somewhere through that. I'm not going to worry about my decision-making process during that. I'm just going to accept it, destroy greed, and move on. But yeah, I would say that everyone loves a good Taurus run of all things, so I can at least appreciate that we really get to experience this. The fact that we actually got a lot of speed-ups does make these early floors a little bit more tolerable and basically almost impossible to lose, but it is kind of the nice place for Taurus for sure, like the early couple of floors. If I had a meat cube right now, that would deal so much extra damage as well, but unfortunately it's not to be. Maybe if we can get like the box of friends or something, we might be able to... Yeah, that's a double deal right there. I was gonna say that maybe with a box of friends we'd be able to increase a bandage ball to the bandage girl item entirely. But it was unlikely, I suppose. I forgot to use the monster manual as well, which I forgot how it worked. I'm so ingrained into me that is just going to give you the one room effect, but it's actually the whole floor now, and I need to actually remember that. But that's okay. Was there a tinted rock here either? I don't really know what they look like on this floor, you know? I should actually learn stuff like that, but simultaneously. I'll see it when I see it, I suppose. I'm not really too bothered about it. As for now, I'm getting to a decent amount of health thanks to my large quantity of invulnerability. My build is certainly something. And while I could probably find my secret room if I really looked for it, I don't think I should probably bother, shouldn't I? Because quite frankly, this build is... It's not that good. It's just not that great, is it? It is probably over there anyway, so you know what? Let's just get this out of the way. There you go. No worries here. The Book of Revelations is also going to give us a little bit more Devil Deal chance as well, which is nice. And hopefully that's all we need. Just a little bit of invulnerability and a large quantity of health to try and beat the blue baby at the end of the chest. Truly, what more could we wish for? This room's a little easier when you have flight as well, which I can appreciate. Taurus doesn't actually work during this, which is unfortunate. I was partially hoping it would, but I guess it only works in rooms where enemies are already there when the room starts, which is a little different on this room, I suppose. But fair enough. It's not entirely unmanageable, it just means we have to kill a couple waves, and a build can do that. I was kind of hoping that there would be something in that chest, or that chest, but, you know, you can't win them all. Ended up losing a not unsubstantial amount of health as well, which, yeah. occasionally we're gonna have a little bit of a rough day while playing this game, and I for one, can accept that, and I hope you can too. Let's blow up a couple more skulls here as well. Placing them in strange places so we're not really hitting much of anything, but you know, that's part of the charm. And look at that, we got the invulnerability that I totally remembered as well, so that actually ended up working out pretty well. There we go. Look at that. I'm not scared of ghosts. As the famous saying goes, I'm not perturbed by this situation. Who are you going to call? There we go. That's the whole song over with as well. Troll Tower card is not really that exciting either. I'm a little bit tempted to go to the Beast, although simultaneously, with this build, I will not win. This doesn't feel like a winning build for some reason. I'm not sure why. It just, there's something about it where I have to sit in a corner until I can deal my damage. That makes me feel that that might not work very well against the Beast. But, you know, when you believe in yourself, anything is possible, as they famously say. Let's just get that out of the way as well. We're probably going to fight another horseman as well, so that's going to be fun. Very tempted by that battery room, or the battery room, dice room. I wouldn't mind a 5, specifically. I don't think re-rolling this build is going to do anything. Because we just don't have that many items right now. And that's really the thing. When you re-roll your build, you do... Yeah, that's... Wow. I did ask for it, I suppose. I can appreciate that. What floor are we on? Necropolis 1. Yeah, that'll work out. Come on. Yeah, the high speed with Taurus is actually just carrying us through the run right now. Aquarius as well, that's really going to complement this build a lot. Overall, I'm very excited where this run's going to go. Don't really care about Midnight Snack right now because, quite frankly, I need to be at 1 heart, and I don't really have a way to... I don't know if there was a temperance machine on this floor, actually. Maybe in the room with the gambling machine. Yeah, I'll take that. And that. Those are both good items. If I can get flies, that would actually be pretty cool as well, but... Oh, that also works. Alright. Yeah. Alright. Yeah, sure. Why wouldn't that be another blood bag? I didn't even know that was possible. I genuinely didn't know that you could even get 2 blood bags, but I guess you can, and fair enough, but it's getting a little ridiculous. There's not a temperance machine in there, but I kind of wanted my speed to be 2, which it didn't. That didn't happen, which is unfortunate. I kind of hoped that that would just make my speed go up to maximum, but instead it just did nothing, which I'm a little disappointed by, I'm not gonna lie. Let's go fight a boss here. Unsurprisingly, it is a horseman. Let's just use that. Use it twice because we have the car battery as well. That's just really... You really waited for that as well. That's so mean. Who does that against Eve? That's exceptionally rude and I will not stand for it. But, I mean, we did a decent amount of damage, I suppose, but... With my current health situation being what it is, I'm just not capable of dealing that much damage. Hopefully we can get a devil deal, maybe? That could maybe just salvage this a bit. Plus Aquarius, of course, and the dead bird is the ultimate death combination, as we all know. Look at that. If that doesn't scream victory, then I don't know what does, truly. My classic build of 2 blood bags and 2 meat cubes, it's going to save the day, I'm sure. Alright, let's do that floor again. I'm confident that the second run through is going to provide us with all the things we need to survive this hellscape, so I'm feeling pretty good about it. I'm kind of hoping for a devil deal this time though, because it's... it's not like it's even difficult. It's just tedious. It's just waiting to be able to kill enemies and then killing them without really having to think. I'm just running headfirst into everything. And it's It's clearly working, but I'm just a little surprised. That's at least something. That's at least going to deal some damage, which I can appreciate. Plus my Aquarius is now chocolate milk flavored, so I can appreciate that as well. Meat Cube's actually doing alright there, so that's cool. Plus it's also a little tempting to just use the Meat Cube more now that I have the Book of Revelations as well, so that might work out. That is a Soul Heart, which I don't really need, but given the amount of active items we're getting in this run, I might as well take the school back, I suppose. But yeah, I could just run headfirst into these with the Meat Cube and then just heal up with the Book of Revelations. I kind of want to use it somewhere on this floor because I'm curious if I'm going to get a second Horseman or not. If I am, it's a bit of... I mean, I'd have Meat Boy. Actually, Meat Boy I wouldn't hate either. I wouldn't be overly against it. I could get like a potato peeler that I could literally just run around for the rest of the run. I don't think we're... Well, we might get one on the next floor because we're redoing this one, I suppose, but... That is an item which I really would appreciate to get rid of all these red hearts, for sure. And actually just have an army of Meat Boys. It would be effective. It would be a ridiculous build to just have my followers do everything, I suppose, but I don't hate it. But let's see what we get. Maybe we can also get another Horseman in the room as well, so there is a decent chance that we can get something to happen there. I don't know which one of these two I actually even want. Hierophant is clearly good, but I wouldn't mind having some teleportation. Is that the mom transformation as well? No. That's a surprise. Should have... Oh, it's a Horseman. Right. That is a Horseman, I suppose. I just hadn't considered this one to show up at all. I even... another Great Devil deal. Probably should have looked for my secret room first thinking about it, but didn't really give it that much thought. It's one of those builds that it's capable of going somewhere slowly and steadily. I'm just gonna use a bomb here. I fully knew that my secret room was there. That's why I used the bomb there, as you can hear from my flabbergasted response, of course. I do like how easily you can destroy golden poops with the chocolate milk at least, so that's kind of nice. Alright, well, yeah, more red hearts, good. If there wasn't a troll bomb there, I probably would have taken that actually, in case it was the missing poster trinket that you got from that. I should have probably actually played a few more of those fortune teller machines, because I kind of need to get the missing poster at some point, and I'm not really even thinking about it. And trying to actively go for that probably isn't too terrible of an idea. There was another trinket item in one of my shops as well, so I should actually be considering that a little bit more. But maybe I should consider that in runs that are not this, and maybe that is the better choice of the available options that I currently have. It's hard to say for sure what the best idea is, I suppose. For now, though, let's just keep going. I don't really know where my super secret room is. I'm just gonna go on to the next floor. Do I want horse? Does this give me more speed? I have 2 active items. Right. That is a thing. Actually, I don't hate that then, because the horse is really quick. And being able to go swift is obviously the key to victory. Plus, you can do stuff like that. It does have its uses for sure. Plus, I do actually like the way it works nowadays, where you can go back through several rooms in a row. Like, for instance, I can enter this curse room, I think without taking damage, effectively. If I, like, zoom out of it like this. Yeah. And then you just keep going as well. Like, I think that's neat. So, the horse does have some advantages. I should actually use this as well. Let's just wait here for a bit. Plus, I'm riding a horse. Like, that's just also a lot of fun. There is the aesthetic factor to consider here. So, all in all, this is actually probably the greatest active item I could have gotten from my boss room. So, actually, yeah, it was good that, well, A, that we got the school bag because of the million active items that are somehow prevailing in this run, but also, it's just only positive notes about it, really. Bad trip, good. That is what I was looking for. It is kind of tempting to take the bad trip pill with me with the amount of red hearts that I currently have, because it would turn into a full health pill when I reach really low amounts of health, so it's probably the most safe option right now. But simultaneously, the moment I find a devil deal, I'm just gonna destroy all those red hearts anyway, so... Don't love the idea either. This is such a strange run. What's my build today? Oh, you know, it's horse and Taurus. It's actually just surprisingly okay. It's just... I know that when I reach the chest, I'm gonna be so annoyed. Because it's just gonna be nudging bosses for a bit and then actually having to fight with a build that doesn't actually deal any damage. And that's... it's just a little frustrating, isn't it? Just do that. You can also take some strange angles with the horse as well, which is kind of neat. There's some options there. I can appreciate it for what it is. That's a big one. If he jumped on me, I think I would have lost 2 hearts. Oh, look at that. Sparta conjoined transformation. Another excellent part of this build. God. This is... It's not... It's such a weird combination of items that is... It's clearly working. But if I can reroll this build at this point, I am seriously tempted, because I am getting to actually an okay amount of items, especially with the blood bag as well. So it's like not a terrible idea either. Maybe just do that instead. But I would have to find a way to reroll my build, and there's only so many ways to do that. Compass I don't hate either, actually. Plus, nothing else here is good. I might as well actually just blow up the shopkeeper as well, thinking about it. Alright, very good. 5% extra chance. There is a soul heart waiting here for me. I have not found my secret room yet. I say out loud as I stand next to it. I have found my secret room. It was not great. I'm also not sure how the car battery actually affects the horse, but I have to assume it either doesn't or barely does, because, I mean, what can a battery truly do for a horse, you know? When you ask the question out loud, it just doesn't add up. So with that, let's just go see if our super secret room is behind this painful area. No, there's not actually... Oh, where is it actually? Hey, did I check the outer edge of that long room over there? Because I don't recall. But that would be my one guess, really. It's not here. And I did try there just now. There you go. Look at that. Very good. Now I can do this. This is a positive experience. I should not take the bad trip, Bill. I'd rather just teleport randomly and see where I end up. Let's have some fun. Let's go fight Mom's Foot. Look at this damage as well. It's just so good. You don't get this kind of damage from a bad build. No, no. This is the damage of kings. It is, at least I kind of have to play the game right now, so I can kind of appreciate that, I suppose. And Aquarius is doing his best, I guess, so... Can I really truly be mad when I have Aquarius dealing this amount of damage? I would argue Aquarius is dealing most of the damage I've dealt so far. Aquarius and Taurus, yeah. I mean, it is almost enough to unlock the planetarium, so that would be nice if I still needed that. So that's good. Let's just throw a horse in there. I was kind of hoping I could get like a double hit with that, but it didn't really work out, unfortunately. Yeah, Mom's Heart's gonna be a trip, but I mean, we might get something good out of the devil deal as well. Didn't get a devil deal. Alright, It's a little worrying, isn't it? I was kind of expecting 80% to be enough, but... there we are. I could actually Stars card out of here. And just pick up a bunch of batteries to at least have my book charged. But simultaneously, I'm not going to take any damage. I have Taurus. The only thing that can damage me is bosses. I feel very confident about that statement. It's a big floor as well. Is there a point to explore? Not sure. Well, this is nice at least. I will take that. Struggling to pick up the coins it's actually dropping, and well, I guess with that, I actually do have the Polaroid as well, because I can go to 0 red hearts, and that's actually kind of nice. There we go. That activated pretty much instantly. Oh, my speed is actually 2 now. That's odd. Why is it 2 now? Why wasn't it 2 earlier? Either way, at least I now have the Taurus effect active instantly without me having to wait for it, so at least I can appreciate that. Plus another speed up pill. But this does simplify things a bit. I'm not sure why it happened that way, though. That's really the main confusing thing to me. Hermit or Star is a difficult choice in a place like this. Because I already had all the items. I didn't get anything else. I got Polaroid, which to my knowledge is not a speed up, but maybe it is suddenly. Maybe it's part of the secret Polaroid update that I'm not currently aware of. Maybe it's Horror Babylon. It is Horror Babylon, actually. I'm just being a silly boy. That's what's going on here. Yeah, that is really just the main. Prevent active the chances of falling. That sounds terrible. This doesn't sound like a good trinket at all. That's specifically what I don't need. Oh, an angel statue. That doesn't really affect my life. It could, I guess, if I was really going for Mega Satan for some reason. Or if I wanted Angel Room chance, if I if I just wanted more angels. Yeah, it's not a terrible super secret room for sure, but it's not something I need right now. That's another horse. I guess, yeah, that was the worst option of horse that could arrive, so that seems about right for this run. I could go for the double horse strat, where I take both horses. And I'm not sure what that is going to look like aesthetically, so I'm at least a little curious to try it. Just to bang head first into the other horse. What does this do? It just gives me the white horse instead. And if I get rid of it, it's just black horse. And if I switch it, it's just gonna be white horse. Yeah, weird. Fair enough, I suppose. Don't hate that. Don't hate getting rid of all of my things. That's part of the conjoined transformation. That is going to give me some soul hearts and damage. And now I can no longer get to one or more red hearts. I can get to one red heart, but I can't get to more red hearts, really, which is the main thing. So now, you could argue that I have a build. It's still a bit of a wild one, but it is going to start with most rooms just getting cleared by me just flying around on my horse. I can actually effectively cosplay death at this point. If I get like the scythe, I guess that would be kind of nice, because then at that point I'm just gonna ride my horse around and just destroy everything. I wouldn't mind. What I wouldn't mind actually is this, obviously, because look at this right there. That's definitely going to improve the run. But I wouldn't mind like 9-volt battery. That would actually make this build a lot of fun, because then I could just horse around all the time. And I do like horsing around. That is just very important to me. So I would appreciate that, but I just don't see the real possibility of that item spawning anywhere of value. So that is a bit unfortunate in this case. That's not really anything. I haven't found my secret room yet, but it can't not be there. So let's say it's here. No. Let's not say it's there. Which is surprising. There is a lot of potential for it to be there, but oh well. You can't have it that way every time, I guess. There's a couple more... I say there's a couple more places where it could be. Nah, really, the only other place is like here, right? Arguably. Nope, not there either. What? Well, this is annoying. Maybe here? This is an interesting one for sure. Am I just missing a room? Yes. Yes, I am. I tried that one. But this one, cannot be there. It's too low. It's a complicated game, this game is. It truly is. Occasionally, the secret rooms just play their own little games, and I'm not sure if I can appreciate it. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that. It took too long to find. It was in a silly place. There were plenty of better places. And quite frankly, I'm a little unhappy about it. And that's the final thing I will say about it. I'm just a little unhappy about it, and I just want everyone to know that. Alright, well, the consolation prize seems about right for this build. We got a range up, which also seems about right for this build. We did get that, which is actually a decent tiers up, which does complement chocolate milk at least a little bit. So I can appreciate that. The horse also has this crack the sky effect when I go through a room, which is actually going to be really nice because it's going to deal a lot of damage. It's a little bit more viable to use nowadays as well, so that's not too terrible. And that is that. There we go. Just a bunch of enemies here. There's a rune shard there, but I'll just go leave with my invulnerability instead. And I could check the mini boss, I guess. There is another challenge room as well, which could be good. Maybe. With a range up as well. I even know what range up is, and somehow range was still my lowest stat. That's actually kind of incredible. I guess because of Horror Babylon, probably, that it would see range as my lowest stat, but it's still a little odd. I hope you all are having fun with me just running into enemies for an entire run though. Because, quite frankly, had I not taken Taurus, I'm genuinely not sure how this would have gone. It's really been my main source of damage for most rooms, and that is a little worrying for sure. But it is not wrong. Obviously, at this point, I do have chocolate milk and stuff, so I can deal some damage for sure, but it's a little fiddly, isn't it? Alright, let's fly through that. Like, that's pretty good. That's pretty damn strong right there, which again, I kind of wish... Well, I'll take that any day of the week. Probably should have given that blood questioner a few more hearts as well, but yeah. If I had the 9-volt battery with this run though, like that would be so good, because those crack the sky beams just deal so much damage to bosses and things, but you can just clear rooms with it as well. Anyway, we have Lusty Blood now, so we can at least acquire some amount of damage occasionally, which I can appreciate. We will still just zoom around everywhere with our cool horse friend, but it's kind of weird that the first time you enter a room you even become invincible with Taurus, even though there's not really... Even when there's no enemies inside it, it's just odd. I can appreciate it, I guess, because it gives me a little bit of feeling safer about the whole experience. Let's use a speed up pill. We haven't had enough of those. Don't really want to do the challenge room. But I wonder if that's the reason for that is because my speed is 2 and it just does the checks a bit weird. Because I wasn't getting Taurus to activate in the challenge room previously until my speed was 2 upon entering a room, and now it is activating every time. Which is odd. Fair enough, I suppose, but it is odd. Alright. Let's just put that in there. Get the meat cube to deal as much damage as possible as well, and now let the... Well, I was going to say now let the fun begin, but that cleared out 2 phases. So now it's just become a matter of... And we're even dealing enough damage to just get him to go away. Actually, our build is fine. If your build can do that, then your build is dealing enough damage for sure. At least enough damage to be manageable. Which is really the main important thing. There we go. Occasionally I talk about getting builds where I don't even have to play the game, and arguably you could say that this is one. Yeah, let's do Delirium with this nonsense right here. I think so too, game. I was actually kind of tempted by Perfection there as well, because then my luck item will really activate. I'm not saying which one it is though, because that would ruin the surprise, I guess. But it's certainly there, I promise. Data miner, crack the sky, knockout drops, and glitter bombs. Another great example of some items existing. At least this makes a fun sound effect. And I was kind of hoping that I'd shoot little fists. Oh, I do actually. No, fair enough. I thought all the tiers would be fists, but I guess only some of them. I could use data miner, but I've never really had a good experience with data miner, so maybe I won't. Dealing with these two first, simply because I want to get a card, and hopefully I can get like a Joker card from this one. Devil card. You know what? That's fair enough. If anything, we're at least getting pretty close to being able to beat the blue baby as Eve, and you know, that does count as progress. There's an Eternal Heart there, which could make my build worse. That's also a good choice. Weirdly, I am punching enemies occasionally even without my tears. I thought that only my tears in the shape of fists would be able to do that. Oh, it's Aquarius. Okay. Right, I guess that makes sense, but that's still a little odd. At least we got another party of... I guess that one might actually deal decent damage, because we have the big flies item. So that might not be too terrible. It's a little fiddly to use when I'm trying to use it at the same time as invincibility, and I definitely made a poor choice there. But I can make a big safety ring over here where enemies cannot cross because of my fist tears that I leave on the floor. What is this run? But this is effectively what I was a little worried about. This stage of the run. I'm just gonna use this as well. Because at this point it does become a bit of first of all, I use Taurus and it effectively does nothing against some of these bosses. But then this is also not just very good. But I mean, it's not even that terrible. It's just, it feels bad. That's surely the main thing. The run just feels bad. And against enemies like this, it clearly works out rather well. I should probably be using the fly on occasion at least, so it doesn't feel completely neglected. But trying to use this at the same time as chocolate milk is an interesting experience for sure. Hierophant, 2 more soul hearts. It's giving me enough defense at least, so I can appreciate that much. Just put this one in the corner. It is, yeah, the fists do not help this build either. The fists do not help this build even remotely. Because all it's doing is just punching enemies away from me while I'm trying to run into them. But you know, it does make the fun punching sound effect. And that is equally important. Why did this item spawn over here? To the bottom left of the room? I don't know. I actually genuinely don't fully understand that one, but maybe I missed something. At least now I have the Beelzebub transformation. Classic Lord of the Flies. Now the damage is happening. Whenever I find flies now, they won't hurt me as much. There we go. You can't beat bombs with that. Even got a black heart in return. Damage up for the evil, which I'm not that evil. I'm a very good little Isaac, so obviously that does nothing. But, you know, if I had some evil items, I'm surprised I have none of them actually. I would expect the mark? What's it called? The pact. I was kind of expecting that to at least affect it a little bit, but I guess it is just a very specific amount of items that actually affect it at all. Alright, just one more room and the boss to go. After that, I could clear the rest of the floor. I could also just call it a day though, because my god. As good as this build is, as clearly effective as it is, I mean, that's a little late, but it's still... That's I mean, I gotta try that at least. Oh, right. Well, yeah, that did hurt it a bit. I would say that chocolate milk ipecac, that's a build. That's a build on its own. I really don't need any of the other items. I have chocolate milk ipecac. I can do stuff like this. Oh, I can make tiny explosions as well. Oh, that's neat. There's some sacks here. That's always fun. I guess I can just run around this floor a little bit now that I got ipecac. I do like that I shoot one ipecac tier forward and then Taurus starts. So, you know, at least I get some effect out of it. Yeah, that would have been a good thing to have 17 floors ago. Yeah, it sure would have. Oh well. You can only get so much, and I'd argue that we got a build that was capable of beating the game at least. It one that effectively made us invulnerable for most part of it, so really can't complain that much, but here we are. I'm complaining continuously about it, so really I can actually complain quite a good amount. I would like to find my secret room though. Maybe there's an R key in there and I can just restart this run with this build. Because this is one that's capable of at least killing Satan, specifically. Maybe Delirium as well, I guess, but... You know, just getting both of those out of the way would be really nice. But I need to find my secret room first. And actually have an R key inside it. So, I mean, I'm not really... I mean, I wouldn't mind it, you know? That's all I'm saying. Just give me that. Just simple things. Just an R key in my secret room. Just it's not that much. I could probably be doing that better as well, rather than just face first into everything. But you know, it's working. Blow up that room, that side. There we go. That's a weird looking R key. That looks more like an S with some lines through it instead. I don't appreciate that one bit. I will be doing my business elsewhere. Might as well, yeah, sure, take that Hierophant card. Should have used that somewhere during the run as well, I guess. Let's use Horse. Horse can clear this room. I really should have used Horse more frequently throughout this run, I suppose, but you know what? Overall, I'm not too bothered by the decisions that I've made because it was certainly a different run than usual, I suppose, and I can at least appreciate that a little bit. And we got the Sacrificial Knife in the basement and unlock challenge number 4. And something wicked this way comes. So isn't that lovely? I think that challenge was unlocked because I beat like Satan. No, the Lamb and the Blue Baby with Eve. Interesting. I think that on the wiki it actually said that you have to beat Satan and Blue Baby, but it's actually the Lamb and Blue Baby. Maybe I misremembered. I actually don't remember now, but either way, that was a quality run. I hope you've all enjoyed it, and next time we play, we're going to do something else as possibly a different character. And I hope to see you all there. Bye-bye.